I think we are live, my friends. Let me just go back to Zoom and I will tell you here we are. So let's go back to Daniel here and we are live. Daniel, can you hear me?
What's the crack, my friend?
Are you good? I'm just checking that we are live.
Hold on. Yeah, we're live. Yeah,
we are live. There we go. Yeah, we've got people on. Hello, guys. Sorry about that. Very, very unprofessional start there by me. I'm just terrible. I blame Daniel. How are you?
I'm all right.
Daniel from Tenerife First Excursions. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening, and welcome. And you, before we start, guys, I'm going to say we'll come to your messages in a minute. We've got, 53 watching already within the first few seconds. Hello, everybody. It's a very impromptu live, this, because we've got good news because Tenerife is now on level 2, which we're not going to go into today. I'm going to be live with Tim tomorrow, the Timformator, Tim from Living with MS, and he's going to tell us all the details and all the ins and outs of that. But we're not going to go into that today. We are going to go into a few other things about the islands of Tenerife because Daniel, my friend, you've got your excursion back onto La Gomera. Tell me more about it. Just say hi to everybody first before going in selling your excursion.
Hello, everyone. What's the crack? I hope you're good. Still a little bit on the recovery, but I'm feeling a lot better today. I'm actually just going to silence this app that I have open in the background, so I do apologize if I can't even silence it. Yeah, I'm good. I have been laid up feeling a bit rough the last few days, hence why I didn't do the Sunday smoothies on Sunday, but I'm feeling a lot better today, so I'm back in action. I've been getting loads of good news from different sources, and one of the big good news is 2 of the tour companies that I work with are now running La Gomera, one starting back on Friday and one starting back on Monday. One of them, the Monday and Thursday one, is available to be booked on my website directly, and the other one is available to book it through the shop, or and that's on Tuesdays and Thursdays, or you can email me and I can do the booking via email. And yeah, it's a lovely tour. If you've never been to La Gomera, absolutely stunning island. Lee has been there himself. We had fun on the bus.
Can I just stop you there? We did have good fun on the bus, actually. And La Gomera, what a beautiful, beautiful place. If you've not seen that video, by the way, guys, check that one out. That's in my videos and vlogs back there. So that's back on. You've got La Gomera back on. You are getting quite busy yourself. It's not from Brits and from the UK. Who's it from?
Well, I've been getting, actually Sunday was really busy. I had quite a lot of online bookings. I had a good bit yesterday. What day is today? Because I've been sick. Today is Tuesday. Yesterday I had a good bit of bookings, and today I've had a few bookings as well. Most the nationalities are French, Swiss, and I've had a lot of Czech Republic. Funny enough, in the last few days, a lot of Czech Republic bookings. Obviously no British yet, but things are looking positive, which you're going to talk about tomorrow with Tim. There's been bits of news flying around. And as I said, when obviously the good news, Alara Park reopened on the 1st of May, and there's whispers of Sion Park opening in June or July. And those lads, they don't open for nothing because they have to have a lot of customers. And I think Tim will know the stats, but I think, a huge percentage of the British fill those places. So I guess they must know, they'd obviously have connections. I'm not saying it's a fact, but my gut feeling is they know things are changing and things are looking more positive. So yeah, so it is. It's looking really good for the island. I've lost your video there, Lee.
My back. I'm back. There we go. Back, yeah.
Back from outer space. So yeah, so it's definitely looking more positive in relation to bookings, and I'm excited because obviously things have changed a lot for my business. Starting from lockdown, I had 3 shops. Now I've only got 1. Well, I've got kind of another shop which I'm not sure I'm going to reopen. I'm still juggling with the idea. I don't have really anyone working for me at the moment aside from Kim, and yeah, so it's almost like starting from the ground up. But I'm excited. I think that I'm hoping to see a lot of the guys that watch your channel over and visiting, and hopefully booking some excursions with me. Yeah, so that is my rant over, and you know I can talk for hours. So
I was going to say, blimey, I just nipped off then and made a cup of tea and had a €1 pint while you were doing that. Well, it's good to hear that you're feeling a little bit better. Guys, we've got 211 people watching, which is good for an impromptu live. Do me a favour, just hit the thumbs up. It's down there. You have to hide the chat. It does help. And it doesn't cost you a bean, my friends. So smash that thumbs up. We've got Anne Elton. We've got Natalie Hick. I saw hello from Mansfield on there. I don't know who that was because I didn't quite catch it. We've got Darren John on, who's on my screen there. I'm just editing a video because I managed to take an airline thanks to Emirates, which is up later in the travel ban. Also, we've got Kevin and the Lone Wolf, Emma from Ireland, and David Butler and Hugh Robinson. Come on, guys, smash that thumbs up. 222 people watching, guys. Hopefully, I'll be back to Tenerife as soon as I possibly can. Obviously, we're doing some around about the UK at the moment, and London ones at the moment, and some impromptu lives with yourself. Now then, first of all, because I'm not stopping talking now, what's the weather like? Don't tell me 28 degrees. It's freezing here. My hands are freezing off. They're like blocks of ice. What's it like?
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't actually know. It's like from looking out of the window, it looks about 28. And obviously, I'm in the office at the moment. I've been doing like social media stuff and that, and doing account stuff. And what was I going to say to you? Yeah, so it looks warm out there. It looks nice. I haven't been out of the house in 4 days, since Thursday evening. So yeah, I haven't left the house since then. So I can't tell you what the weather's like. But Sahar seems happy, so I'm guessing the weather is good.
Are you super psyched and super excited for everyone to get back on the island?
I couldn't be more excited, honestly. You know, it gives me a buzz to, like, even Sunday when I was getting loads of bookings. I had 9 people on quads last night. They went out on quads. They did your favorite trip, the Sunset Tady trip. If you remember that, I remember it being your favorite. Up there for the sunset and the pizza and the cava. And I messaged them this morning and see how they enjoyed it. And I love the feedback. They said it was absolutely amazing. They said the views are stunning. And they were just, you know, it's just, do you know what it makes? That's one of the reasons I got big into this business, is because it brings, you know, it's because what we carry, you know, I've talked about this before, what we carry through our lives, we can accumulate money and wealth and whatever. But the reality is what we carry is memories. And what I'm basically selling is not tickets, I'm selling memories. And when I hear people's memories are, you know, where they've seen a whale for the first time, a dolphin for the first time, or they've seen the sunset up in Tady, or seen the stars with their stargazing tours. You know, when people come back to me and say, wow, you know, and they say, oh, it's just, you know, I'll never forget that. That's what I enjoy. That's, you know, that's I'm well able to sell, but when I'm selling something that leaves a memory in someone's life, it's just, you know, I mean, talking about that, me and you had some great memories on the 125s. We've had some great trips together, jet feet, all sorts of stuff. You know, you'll not forget all this.
I cannot wait to get back and do some more trips with you. I mean, we had some fantastic times. The 125s were great, and all the diving and stuff as well. It was absolutely amazing. I tell you, you are going to have one major problem though when we start coming back over to Tenerife, and I'm sure that all these people watching are going to agree as well. How are you going to be able to do your job while you're you know, doing selfies?
I don't think there's going to be that many selfies, but do you know what it is? I am, like, genuinely a little bit nervous about if it does get really busy, because before I had 9 people working with Tenerife First Excursions. I had 3 shops, And I actually had a young lad, Matty, really great guy. He was managing 2 of the shops, and he was doing a lot of the online bookings. So actually, when we reopened after the lockdown, I had to learn again how to do online bookings because I never really did them. He did them, and yeah. So I am a bit worried about the onslaught of business, but I've managed it so far. You know, getting back into it, and I'm actually training Sahar how to do some of the stuff as well. So she's enjoying learning that as well. So yeah, will I be able to handle the selfies? I can handle the selfies.
You did actually have somebody come in and book a trip with you, or booked a few trips, and then they hung around, if you remember. Do you want to tell that story?
Yeah, no, it's the first time I actually experienced anyone. You know, they were a bit, you know, I could tell they wanted to ask me a question, and I wasn't sure what it was. And you know, in the back of my head, I'm thinking, did I tell them everything? Have I done everything right? Is this okay? Is this 100%? And then it was like, you know, is every, you know, if I don't, I just said to him, is everything okay? And he said, look, do you mind if we have a picture? And I was like, I was thinking, with what or what? And I was like, would you? And I was like, oh, that's mad. I was like, I was shocked at it, to be honest with you. But it was a nice experience. And you know what it is, Lee, since you've given my shop so much coverage via YouTube, which obviously you know, and I've expressed it before, I'm extremely grateful for. I've met so many people through it, like, you know what I mean? It's been a new journey, and the people that have come into my shop, such nice people, such, you know, warm messages. They've come in and spoke highly about you, spoke highly about, you know, just all the stuff that you're doing. And even recently I had oh yeah, if you've seen the vlog, I'll try not to go on too much. If you've seen the vlog in the that I did in the beach, Abama Beach, I don't know if you've seen it, but I met a guy who was coming out of the water, and he says, "Are you the MacMaster?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm the Craic." You know, it's even weird when I say, "Yeah, I'm the Craic." No, my name's Daniel, but I'm the MacMaster. Yeah, and I said to a really nice guy, Chris. He's head of the society for the Tenerife Supporters Club, the football team here, and I ended up talking to him, but the sound was awful. He spoke so highly of what all of us vloggers, you know, from Tim to you to the Night Strider to that Tenerife vlogcast. There's loads of vloggers here. There's that young couple, I've forgotten their name again. But you know, it's growing, and I think you kicked it off here. Is that the attention that we're bringing to Tenerife, that the tourist board should really be kind of saying to us, you know, well done, or, you know, let us get involved with this, you know, particularly you. I
have to say,
particularly you, Lee.
I have to say, and I'll put it out there, I have a lot of people saying, "Oh, are you not a little bit annoyed that there's so many vloggers out there?" And I'm completely the opposite. I'm so proud of leaving sort of like a legacy, because I don't live in Tenerife, and you know, I live in the UK, and I'm proud of just having all these vloggers now doing all the vlogs of Tenerife and pushing the island, because that's what it was all about. It's pushing the island, pushing the businesses, pushing the restaurants, and I'm not there. So, you know, the other vloggers that have taken over where I've left off, you know, I'm just so proud of it. It's brilliant, and it's wonderful what it's doing for the island of Tenerife, and hopefully when people come back over to Tenerife, they'll hit the restaurants, they'll hit the bars, they'll hit Tenerife First Excursions, Andrew's car hire company. They'll just go over there, you know, and just all the business will start pounding back again. So I'm really, really proud of it. So let's guys, whoever's watching this, and we've got 304 watching live now, and if you're watching on catch up, please, as soon as you can get back over to Tenerife, support the businesses, and don't just stay in the hotels. Get out there, get over to the restaurants, try different restaurants. You know, it's a bit of diversity as well, isn't it? Not the group that's on, not diversity. You won't know who they are.
I do, yeah. Group of dancers, British, very good. Yeah,
yeah. Not diversity.
I'm all down with that. You know, what was that? There was a show where they were judges or something, but they are amazing dancers, man. They are amazing dancers. Like, I'm not as good as me, obviously, with my daddy dancing, but fairly good dancers. Like, they're
well, people have seen my dancing. People have seen my dancing. By the way, I've had a lot of people asking how Jeff Carter is as well. And Jeff Carter is great. He bruised his hand. He's having a bit of a rest, and he's sound. His sound as a pound. He's been to Birmingham and done stuff like that. So Jeff's spot on, and I will be seeing him. Excuse me. I will be seeing him soon doing a vlog. So keep an eye out. So there we go. Spot on. So what else is new over there? Come on, what else is new? Is it
okay? So Laura Park is back open. I was actually talking to our own private hotel in Porto de la Cruz yesterday. If you remember Martin and Wendy, I was talking to them, and they were telling me that it was so good to see. They went over towards Laura Park and to see life back there, people coming in and people at the weekend. They just said it was so nice to see those things reopen. So Laura Park is back open. Let me think. It's still rather quiet here, but we need obviously you guys from Britain to come back over and visit us. I don't know what else is really new here. I've obviously personally I started up a new business, which I did my first webinar last week, which was went really good. People really enjoyed it and educational. So that's one thing. I don't really know what's new with you. In fact, let's talk about how good your London vlogs are. And I want to say this because I personally love the London vlogs. And the reason I love those vlogs is because I'm seeing places I personally have never seen before. And it's so cool. You know what's so cool is you get to see them without being swamped by people. So you're actually getting to see a lot more and you're feeling more relaxed about walking around them. And Darren John, what a guy. Just, I'm loving those London vlogs. And, I'm looking forward to more around places that I've not seen in the UK. And to be honest with you, I'm a little bit jealous that I wasn't there for the vlogs, because I tell you what, some nice food there, and it looked like good crack.
By the way, Richard Medlem says, notice that you're doing takeaway vlogs. We're trying to tap into what the lad does from Leeds. I was doing takeaway, Richard, I was doing takeaway vlogs about 2 or 3 years ago before he was doing it. However, I will say, I love that guy. It's called Rate My Takeaway. You've seen him. And no, I'm definitely not trying to catch him up, because there's
You'll have to buy a table.
I could not eat. I couldn't eat. I love that guy, actually. It's funny. And I definitely couldn't eat as much as he eats. People think I eat a lot. I rate a meal or whatever, and then I don't eat for the rest of the day. But I can't. I mean, I'm looking forward to going back to Tenerife. People ask me when I'm going back to Tenerife, and as soon as I possibly can travel over, I'll probably do one more trip there, and then I'm going to hopefully do Lanzarote with yourself. I'd like to do Gran Canaria again, but I'm going to travel further afield as well. I'm going to do over to the United States. I'm going to try and do Australia as well. I'm going to try and do lots of different places. And I know it's not of interest to everybody because people do like Tenerife, but I do want to try and use the word again, diversify as well into different places as well. Because there's only so many €1 pints and full English breakfasts that I can have.
Well, you know what I was thinking? There is more islands here it'd be worth to visit. Like, for example, it might be worth visiting La Palma. There's also Fuerteventura. There's El Hierro. I'm not on about like for weeks on end, but like a little visit to one of these islands that's worth. And there's an island called Los Lobos. I think there's only one building on it. It's between Lanzarote. We go there, stay there for a week and see how long we last. There's an island between, it's called Los Lobos, and it's between Fuerteventura and Lanzarote, and it's just basically volcanic rock. And what we could do is we could do a survival episode there. I'll drop you off in the middle of the night, and you have to survive there for a week, catching your own fish and stuff like that. How does that sound?
Is there anywhere that sells €1 pints on the island?
No, but I'll leave you with a keg and a stick.
If you leave me with a keg of beer, I'm pretty sure I will be fine. But I can't wait to go back. I have to say, by the way, thanks to Darren John for helping me with the London vlogs. I've got a vlog coming out later. It was going to come out at 6, but then I did this impromptu live instead, so we're going to put that out after, because I thought we'd say hi, if that was your idea. So I'm
full of brilliant ideas, Lee.
You are.
Do you want to read out some comments?
Let's read a few comments out, because that's what lives are all about. We've got 349 people watching now. Has anybody got any questions for the MacMaster Daniel there at Tenerife First Excursions? Has anyone got any holidays planned to Tenerife once this lockdown is over and we can and the travel ban's over? Anybody got any plans, and anybody going to head out there and do any excursions with Daniel?
I see a message from Frank Turner. Will the reef be on the green list? Well, there'll be stuff covered on this tomorrow night with Tim on the vlog.
Tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow afternoon,
sorry. What time? 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock.
I will say this. If you check the government's website from the UK, the Canaries is for the UK has been removed as a no-go, if that makes sense. But you should see that in the news anyways, but you'll cover it more tomorrow if you check that out. But there'll be more stuff about that tomorrow. Let's see what else. Someone here, Mark Haggerty, says the London vlogs are absolutely brilliant. Brilliant. Lots to do in London. Lots to do in London, mate. You know what I mean?
Eugene McGregor, Gary Lakey, Dan Lee, just Jeff to Tenerife, and I would have missed out so much. Not all you guys are now, so to Darren. Gary Lakey, thank you very much for supporting the channel there. Thank you, Gary. Hope you're well, and hope to see you in Tenerife as well. And Darren John's been absolutely brilliant, and I'm hopefully going to go down and stay with him and do some more London vlogs, because they were great. It's nice to do different things. Somebody's asking whether I should do a chocolate kebab with Rate My Takeaway. I think I'll leave that one to Rate My Takeaway. I think he's good at doing his takeaways.
He's brilliant, man. I'm due to go from Emma Harris. I'm due to go to Craic. Have any of you been before? Yes, I have. It was actually the first place I went in the Canaries on a holiday. So it was my first ever sun holiday was in Craic, and I have to say I've been before. Since then, it's a beautiful spot, Craic. I don't know if you've been, Lee.
I haven't.
It's you can actually see Lanzarote from Craic, and you've got the big sand dune beaches, like they're massive beaches with almost white sand. Absolutely beautiful spot, Craic, and lots of nice restaurants, nice streets to walk around. It's not as big as Tenerife, but couldn't recommend it more. Great spot to go to.
We've got Nathan here saying, Lee, I hope it's not the end of Tenerife videos. I mean, yes, I agree with the videos. It's not the end of Tenerife videos. It's just that I Tom Baker was Doctor Who once, but he moved on, got typecast, and I want to be able to do other things as well. But I will always go back to Tenerife and do Tenerife videos. But I do want to do Lanzarote, Gran Canaria, and expand a little bit and show people the rest of the world and other holiday destinations as well. I'm thinking of Malta as well, and just travel around a little bit. But Tenerife, I'll always keep going back to Tenerife. I love the island. And I've made a lot of good friends there. So, definitely won't be the end of Tenerife. We're just going to do different things as well and travel around. Hopefully, Lanzarote with you to do the underwater museum.
Because why?
Because we are professional divers.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Professional
what else
divers.
have we got on here? Somebody asked how Dieta Daz is.
Dieta Daz is good. I was chatting to him last week, but I kind of went into hibernation when I got a bit sick there last Thursday. And I've only been WhatsApping people now and again, but as far as I know, he's good, and I do need to do a vlog with him because I like having a crack with him as well. And when you come over, we'll have to do like a 1-2 fly vlog. There is a question here. Daniel, have you a link for your new business yet? If you go to Facebook and type in Crypto Canarius, you can check it out there. And shameless plug, I am running a webinar on the, I've forgotten now, I think it's the 17th of May. They are paid webinars. Someone did say, why do you have to pay for a webinar? Because I'm training people within the webinar and I'm giving good educational value. That's that over.
It is, and I'll put the link in the description if you're watching on Catch Up as well for Crypto Canarias. We've also got somebody here that it says, I'm looking at going to Los Gigantes at Christmas this year. Do you think it'll go ahead? I would have hoped so by Christmas. Otherwise, I think there'll be a few issues with the travel industry. If not, I think you should be fine with that one.
I'll be closing my doors if we don't have anyone coming up until
Christmas.
Yeah.
Do a paddy dive on a 125. Could do a 125 into it, I guess.
We used to joke about that. We had this one of the dive schools I worked for. We had this old dive bus, and we used to always joke. We said, what we're going to do one day is just when it's done its course is just put all the dive gear on, rigs, everything, get all kitted up, and drive it off a cliff into the ocean with the kit on, and then dive it afterwards. But obviously we weren't going to do that. But we're all joking.
Sounds like the ending of The Young Ones. If anyone's watched that,
there you go. I haven't seen that.
We've got Fingers Crossed Playa del Inglés, July. Do you know what, Jill Gardner? I loved there, actually. I really did like the beaches in Gran Canaria, I have to say. What else have we got on here? If you go to the south of Lanzarote, Jandia is beautiful. I can't wait to go to Lanzarote because a lot of people are saying the beaches there, sorry Tenerife people, are much better than Tenerife. And you're saying that as a diver.
Look, I'm going to be honest. I have lived in both islands, and I love Tenerife more than Lanzarote for the very fact that it's way more diverse. Big words again tonight. We're using diverse a lot, not diversity. But the island here is way more to see. But if you go to Lanzarote, I have to say the beaches win. And then Fuerteventura have one of the nicest beaches I've seen on the islands. But in the north of the island, we have a stunning beach here, La Teresita. We slept there for a night, if you remember correctly. We slept in a Mustang. If you remember that, Lee?
I do remember that. I've got someone in here called Caitlin Davey that says my holiday got cancelled there twice. I know a Caitlin Davey. In fact, that Caitlin Davey there is my daughter.
Oh, very good. What's the crack?
Hi, Caitlin. How you doing? It's the only time she ever sees me is when I'm on a live.
There was another question here. Someone asked, and I'm trying to find it. I can't find the name, so I'm sorry I can't, but I remember the question. They asked, they said they're going to Malta. So, they said Malta's good. I think it was Mark Sanderson. Could be Mark Sanderson. He asked, do I sell diving courses? Yes, I do. Not on my website, but you can drop me an email and I can arrange a diving course with all the insurance, all the equipment, with a fully qualified PADI instructor, and you will be certified. And if I remember correctly, a certain person on this video is now a professional diver and did that course, and he might give you some feedback, hopefully positive.
I have to say, I was terrified, and I haven't studied that hard since, I was going to say school, but I didn't study hard at school. I really studied hard to pass that course, and it was brilliant, and it literally is like another world underneath the ocean, and I loved it. If you haven't seen them videos, head back and have a look, because it was just awesome. I absolutely loved it, and I'd highly recommend taking that PADI course. Don't get overly worried about it, because they sort of help you along the way with it. It's not like a really, really intense course. It's a lot of the information's there if you look for it.
Exactly, and the thing is, it's a license that you'll have for life.
It is a license.
Obviously, if you're not continuously diving and you are licensed, say for example you got that license 10 years ago and you haven't dived since, don't jump into the water and go, yeah, I'm qualified. Go and do refreshers. All dive centers do refreshers where they bring it into the pool. They run through all the skills again, make sure that you're comfortable in the water. They'll do the same in the ocean, and then you're good to go. But don't, if you have been qualified many, many years ago, and do it, because obviously I'm a dive instructor. I'm not showing off, by the way. But yeah, it was one of the things that used to break my heart as someone would say, yeah, I dived, recently. And then you can obviously see when they got in the water, it's been a long time since it's been in the water. And
I would have to say, I'll interrupt you. If I came back, I would do a refresher. And I only did it last year just to get used to it again. So
I'll take you on a refresher.
you can take me on a refresher course. But honestly, I can't wait to get back over there. Guys, we've got 371 people watching, which is good for an impromptu. Hit that thumbs up, guys. It's just down there. Just press a little cross and hide the chat. Doesn't cost you anything, and it just pushes it out to YouTube, and it'll help us get Tenerife First Excursions out there on the interweb.
Mark Sanderson, yes, the dive videos are on Lee's channel, the MacMaster. If you search, I suppose if you just search MacMaster scuba diving, it'll bring up those videos. There's one where you did a tri dive, if I remember correctly, and one of you doing the course.
Yes, that's
so
right,
you can check them out.
What else have we got in here? I got told from Tui Lanzarote is coming in very expensive at the moment. I'm not sure actually whether it is or not. Is Lanzarote expensive at the moment? Has anyone else experienced that?
If Lanzarote is expensive, book Tenerife. There you go. Come to Tenerife. There you go. And book it with the money you save. Book a boat trip.
Jill Gardner, just press that thumbs up. Thank you very much, Jill. Done Lanzarote. It's beautiful. Smaller and quieter than I imagine Tenerife will be. I think, whoops, my phone's falling there. So I've got one phone monitoring the comments down here as well. TUI are just expensive, lol. Well, I don't know about that. I can't say whether they are or not.
So yeah, they're saying use Easy, or is that the one you're on, is it? Use EasyJet, and you can't say that.
I can't say who I mean, I can say who I use, you've seen, but I don't have any particular favourite, really. I mean, I have used Ryanair the last couple of times because other companies weren't running at that time, but other airlines are available.
Ryanair will get you there.
They'll all get you there. Jet2 or EasyJet and Booking.com. To be honest, I book whoever's losing my voice. I book whoever's the cheapest, to be honest. I just look around. And whoever's the cheapest, I'll book it. What's the hotels like out there at the moment? Is there a lot of them still closed, do you know? Or
there's a lot of them still closed, but there is, again, rumours of the H10 Tenerife opening beside my shop, and there's rumours of Bougainville. I think they need to see the airlines coming back on, you know, like Jet2 and that. They will see. Well, there are other companies available as well, but they will need to see the airlines back up and running to kind of start opening. But yeah, there is hotels open, but you know, I'm really looking forward to the ones opening either side of me, obviously, because H10 Tenerife has been closed since before lockdown. It's not reopened since. So yeah, so I mean, they are opening bit by bit.
Sorry to interrupt, is the Bougainville Player, I know that's around the corner from your office, is that open now?
No, it's not open yet, and I haven't heard it. Normally people come, you'd hear rumours around the restaurants and shops around my area that they're opening, but they're not. They're not. I've heard nothing yet.
Neil Davidson says it's CM Park opening soon.
A very strong possibility. I've heard whispers from friends of mine that working there. There's a strong possibility that's opening. We did think possibly June, but I'd say it'd be stronger July. I mean, you've seen Laurel Park opening,
yeah,
and same family, so you would think Scion Park would be next open. But I'd say that really depends on what happens with the British coming here. Now, Tim, I was chatting to Tim today because I sent him the same news that I got sent you today, Lee, about which you're going to talk more about tomorrow, about the UK government changing their guidelines. You can actually check it yourselves, guys, on the UK government travel guidelines. They've said that they've removed the Canary Islands from being only for important travel or necessary travel. So you can check it out yourselves on the UK government website. And you're going to talk about it more tomorrow, but there's rumours about possibly something happening here very soon and letting the British back to the Canary Islands, which would be phenomenal. And it was like what I kind of said when Laurel Park opened and the hints to Scion Park. I was thinking to myself, someone knows something, because Laurel Park has not opened since lockdown, like as in proper for the public, and Scion Park has been closed since before lockdown. So if those lads need massive traffic to make it function, financially viable. So let's see. It's all if, buts, and maybes, but it's looking very, very positive. So that is also my ramble over.
Also, by the way, big news. The world famous rum pot is opening at the weekends as well.
And you know what? I'll tell you something interesting about the world famous rum pot, and a big shout out to Paddy, who owns it. Paddy, I was doing training and got chatting to this fella, and we were chatting about crypto. He's into crypto as well, and we're just chatting in and out about stuff, and Paddy, we just we'd exchange numbers, and he started typing in the number, and my name came up, and he goes, "Why is your name in my phone?" I was like, I don't know actually. He goes, no, why is your and then we started chatting a bit more, and I says, what else do you do? I says, I have a bit of a YouTube channel. He says, are you the MacMaster? And I says, yeah. I says, oh, you were chatting to me. I own the rum pot. And I was like, oh, you own the rum pot? Brilliant, because I was supposed to do a vlog in his bar. But obviously they weren't doing breakfast. So I said there was no point. I was going to do a breakfast vlog on a mission from you, if you remember.
Yeah.
But there was no point in the end. But yeah, they are reopening. That is the news. They are reopening. I was chatting to them.
Do me a favour then. If they are reopening, and I'm sure we've got 400 people in the house now. If they're reopening and they are doing food, I need you to go and test out the breakfast there, the full English.
I will do that only if you don't get here before that.
Right, you're on.
Okay, so that's the deal. If you're not here, then I'll do it. But if you're here by the time they're doing breakfast, we're doing one together. How's that?
Excellent. Yeah, full English breakfast. I'm going to be doing a lot of the next time I come over, which hopefully is in the next couple of months. I'm going to be doing a lot of food reviews over there because I like doing them, and people seem to like them. So, in fact, I do remember taking a jump off of the mountain, doing the paragliding, and the first comment was, "Great video, but when are you doing the next full English breakfast review?" And I thought, are you having a giggle? I've just jumped off of a mountain here for a video, and you're asking me when I'm going to do the next full English breakfast review.
You were like trying to type while you were flying. When I land.
Can I answer this once I've got my feet back on the ground?
There's one waiting for me in Fania Bay. But I was going to say to you, yeah, geez, I tell you what you're going to be doing if you're going to be doing that. And you made an agreement before. If you haven't forgotten, you are supposed to be doing some training with me when you come over. Yeah.
I'm going to train when I come over, and I'm going to get ripped, hopefully. Well, it's going to be a bit difficult doing breakfast.
Or ripped open.
Going to be doing some training with you. We've got what's happening to the famous holiday buffet. Do you know, I don't think there'll be any more holiday buffets, or there'll be very few. However, I'm going to ask all these questions and more tomorrow at 2 p.m. on my channel. I'm going to be speaking to Tim, and I've got a ream of questions for him about a bit more technical things and things about when we'll be traveling over there again, green lights, corridors, all things like that. And you'll agree, Tim's the man for all that, for the information.
100%. I wouldn't like to misinform anyone, because I don't study it really. I just have a look and see, and then all I'm thinking is, are people coming back? That's really all I'm thinking.
The last one I did with Tim, I think got 20-something thousand views. So I'll be doing that again tomorrow at 2 p.m. So guys, if you're around at 2 p.m. tomorrow, join me. I'll be online with Tim. Have you tried Grandma's Kitchen breakfast yet? Jimmy England says. I don't know where Grandma's Kitchen is. Where is that?
Oh, Grandma's Kitchen. Do you know what that is? If you look at your man, what's his name again? The fellow who does those vlogs?
Oh, it's the one in England where he eats out. He took his table out and eats outside the...
Yeah, but you know what? He rings up ahead. It was in his housing estate, and he goes there. I ended up watching it. I watched the whole thing. I couldn't believe it. I was like, I'm literally watching the guy go order breakfast from someone's gaff, sit outside the house and eat the breakfast. And the guy he was interesting dude, but you got me onto
you know
another.
He's getting 10,000 subscribers a day. That guy is.
I know, it's mad, isn't it?
I have to say, I find him really funny. I mean, my girlfriend Sarah watches him as well. She says, "What are you watching him for? And you don't watch me?" She says he's more interested in the US. I said, "Thanks." Because he's from Yorkshire. That's probably why.
I have to disagree with that one. I find your vlogs way more interesting than his vlogs, 100%. Way more stuff going on in your vlogs. You do way more. But like, I'm not knocking his. I'd watch maybe 5 or 6 of them, and then I kind of got bored because it was the same thing over and over again. And then I started getting hungry for bad food. So I was like, I got to turn this off. It's like when I was watching you lads eating those lovely burgers in the street market. And then, oh yeah, what were you had some chocolate or, oh yeah, that was it. You had Belgian chocolate crepes. And I'm laid on the bed with the duvet pulled over me. And I'm thinking, oh man, I'd love a Belgian chocolate crepe right now. So
he is funny. He's good, but he's very much like Peter Kay. But
yeah, that's it. Peter Kay is what came to my mind.
Yeah, Lee, can you do Rate My Takeaway Tenerife? I think I've been doing that. Rate My Full English Breakfast Tenerife. I'll be doing a lot more food videos when I get back to Tenerife. I love doing them, and also I'll be traveling a lot with the MacMaster. We'll do a few. Have you got? The thing is, how are we going to beat? We're going to have to do the 1-2-5s again and take a different route this time.
Yeah, we're going to have more people with us this time. It's going to be like a 1-2-5 gang because a few different people have expressed interest in joining the 1-2-5 trip. The other thing is we go to Lanzarote. That's going to be something very different. And do you know how we're going to top it off? I'm going to buy 2 fold-out chairs, 2 fold-out.
2 fold-out tables.
2 fold-out
Rate
tables.
My Takeaway.
We're going to go around and sit outside people's restaurants and eat food, and not even sit in the restaurants. But I don't know. We'll come up with something. I certainly
maybe I should get Rate My Takeaway to come with us. I'll get him a ticket to come over.
That'd be good crack. There's I've forgotten that I tell you what else I started watching that you were chatting about, that Mr. Beast. That's mad.
Oh yeah, he's great. He's absolutely great. He's fantastic.
Crazy stuff.
Like 500 million subs.
It's got 6.5 or 65 million subs. That's nearly the population. It's more than, what's the population of Britain? Is that not the population of Britain around? Is it? The whole of Britain follows him on YouTube.
I have no idea, but I cannot wait to get back to Tenerife. And by the way, do you know what I found really mad was when I went to London and I was in the burger Shake Shack, and there's people. It's on the video. I don't know whether you guys seen it. Take a look at it if you haven't. And it's the one where I'm at the Shake Shack. I think it's called Hello London, and I'm sat there with Darren and John, and there's these women and they're taking photos like this with the camera, and they go. I'm thinking, what are you doing? And they go, no, we watch you. We watch you. And I'm like, oh, right, hi. They're going, never met anyone famous. I said, you still haven't.
I seen that one. I was like, they were like shocked. You know what I mean? So
they were shocked. It was good for the first 5 minutes, and then I'm eating my burger, and they're still taking pictures. I'm thinking,
there was one of the places. I don't think it was the London series. You went to this. Is a Michelin star chef? Was it burgers he was doing, or was it fish? I can't. What was he doing?
I can't. Burgers or fish? Michelin star chef? I'm not sure.
He was doing.
Pies.
That was it. Pies.
Yeah. That was.
And that reminds me. You made me a promise
to bring you one of them pies over from Haworth. That was the gorgeous pies they were. They were absolutely amazing pies, I have to say. But I have to say, I have really, really enjoyed doing the London vlogs, and I've got one coming out where I take an airline in a bit, thanks to Emirates. Check that one out. That goes up in a bit. And I've really enjoyed doing it, thanks to Darren and John. It's been brilliant.
I've enjoyed watching them. They've been really, really good. Like it's places I went to London years ago. I didn't like it, to be honest with you. No offense to anyone from London, but you've actually made me want to go by watching the vlogs. Like Camden Town looks amazing, and the markets look so cool. Like the only thing is, I'd say they're mental when they're full. Like I'd say there's so many people in there. Like it must be phenomenal.
It's one other thing, by the way, talking about markets. Are the markets back on?
Not that I'm aware of. I'm not going to say yes or no, but I know that there used to be a market above my shop in Fania Bay, which is making me think whether or not to hold on to it or not. But there is talk, they're actually doing that up at the moment, and they're going to reopen that. It's across from...
Thank you, Phil Summer, by the way.
Thank you. It's across from... I can't think of the name of that bar. It's gone blank. But it's above the shops in Fania Bay, overlooking Duque Beach. I'm trying to think of... There's a bar there that you know that I think I met you in, and I met Jeff Carter in as well. It's a very well-known bar here in the island, and it's completely slipped my mind. I don't know the name of it, but yeah.
Well, we'll get to it. I tell you what, I cannot wait to come over, do the 125s again. Any ideas where we could do the 125s to this time? We did it to the north. There's lots of different places on the island. Where would you suggest?
Well, do you know what? We didn't do proper north, yeah. We did kind of. Do you know where we went? We went across Garachico way, through Masca. Like you haven't been to Aniga, I don't think, have you?
Don't think so, no.
Oh man, the views and roads there are just out of this world. Like, and hopefully we might catch. There's a very old, ancient kind of, like not a sport. Yeah, I suppose it's a sport, but what they do is they have big long sticks and they chase. No, they don't chase people. But what they use is the big long sticks. They literally use the sticks to go down the sides of mountains and up sides of mountains. They're really long, and they dig the stick in and they slide down the stick and they go down. And there's places up there where they practice it a lot. I can't think of the name of this.
Is it dangerous?
I wonder if we could try it, actually. I know you could try it. You could try it. I don't like heights. I could find out, is there actually...
Well, funny you should say that, because I've been searching somewhere on the Canaries that does bungee jumping, so that you and I could go bungee jumping. I think that would be a great vlog.
Moving on swiftly.
We've got 425 people watching, guys. Who thinks that the MacMaster should come bungee jumping with the MacMaster? I can see that.
Do you not remember our parascending experience? You know, like literally, do you not remember when they start? Because they knew I was on it, and obviously I work with them, and they started letting out the cable and then stopping it, and our legs were like literally, like they were nearly tapping the cable above us. Like I literally, like I just remember you screaming like, "Get us down, get us down!" You'd had enough. I'd had enough.
I wasn't happy about that one. We've got a lot of massive yeses. By the way, we've got Living with MS in Tenerife. We've got Tim in the house. Say hi to Tim. Don't forget, tomorrow at 2 p.m. I'm going to be live with Tim, and Tim's going to answer. Hopefully, Tim, if you're watching, you're going to answer all the questions. And if he doesn't have the answers to them, I'm sure that he can find them out. That's Tim with Living with MS in Tenerife, and he'll be live with me tomorrow at 2 p.m. So, guys, put it in your diary, because everyone that I've done with Tim has literally gone to nearly 20,000 plus views, and it's had massive amounts of thumbs up with the information that Tim gives. So,
brilliant information. And there's been a lot of questions in the chat that myself and Lee certainly can't answer. So, and I'd be afraid to answer. Tim has all the information, and we'll be informing everyone tomorrow. So start writing down the biggest list you've ever, no offense, Tim, but the biggest list that you've ever written. Like, even if it's a scroll, if you have to write it on a scroll, write the list. Like, even if it's 500 questions, write the questions out for Tim tomorrow, and he'll answer every single one. I'm only joking, by the way. He'll answer what he can.
Tim is great, by the way. Tim, I know you're still watching. Question number 10 will be there, which is, when do you think I'm going to be able to get back to Tenerife? Don't answer that just yet, Tim. Save that one for tomorrow at 2 p.m. live on the MacMaster channel. We've got Tim's info. It is awesome. It is superb. May the 4th be with you, by the way, because it's the 4th of May.
The 4th.
You could play Darth Vader. 28. Living with Tim, 28.
28 questions or 28 degrees? 28 is the answer to everything, really. It's the solution to all problems.
We just go with 28. We've got loads of people watching now, by the way, 432, which is good for an impromptu. Do me a favor, just hide the chat, hit that thumbs up. It pushes it out there to YouTube, and it doesn't cost you guys a penny, which is good.
And more importantly, share the video. And you know why? Because sharing is caring. There you go.
I tell you what, I can't wait to get back over there and start doing some videos for you guys again. I will do a lot of closer to the time when I know that I'm going to be traveling. I'll be asking you guys where you want me to go and what food you want me to eat, and I'll eat and drink whatever you want and check it out for you guys. So I'm looking forward to that. And we'll be doing a lot more 125 tours and a lot more excursions thanks to Tenerife First Excursions. So I'm going to put all the info for Tenerife First Excursions, a little bit of seriousness here, because we want to help people out on the island. I'm going to put the link to Tenerife First Excursions in the description below. And if you're going to book an excursion when you go over to Tenerife, please book it with Daniel there, the MacMaster, Daniel at Tenerife First Excursions. All the details will be in the description below. And you do lots of excursions. What excursions? Quickly reel them off.
No pressure. Like, I've got a list as long as my arm. We do boat trips, buggy trips, quad trips. We do kayak trips. We do scuba diving. We do helicopter trips. You've seen most of these on Lee's, the MacMaster's vlogs. We also do, the submarine hasn't restarted yet. We do, I'm trying to think now.
Do you do the submarine? A lot of people asking me about
we
that.
do the submarine. Yeah, we do the submarine. You can book the submarine.
Can I just ask you a question then?
Yeah.
Can we vlog it when I'm back over?
I need to check with them, but yeah, it should be no problem. You certainly won't be able to go live because obviously we're under the water. And we all live in the yellows. We do go-karting, we do fishing trips, we hire scooters.
Sorry. Yeah. JJ says Daniel is a hottie.
No, I'm quite cool. Hey, look,
What about me,
you shouldn't be drinking during the day.
I've got Craig Whitworth says 100% booking with Daniel when I'm back over.
Thank you very much.
2022, doing the Laura Park and the Santa Cruz trips. Book with Daniel.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
Laura Park, Scion Park, Aqualand, Jungle Park. We do them all. And one of the most important things is, if you do plan to do trips and you plan, like, you want to do a load together, email me before you come. I would recommend 2 weeks to a week before. Not normally I'd say a few months, but because everything's changing all the time, I said, people have contacted me and I said to them, I'd rather not book you in right now because I don't know what's going to happen. Whereas if it's a week or two beforehand, I feel more comfortable with doing the booking then. So 2 weeks, 2 to max 3 weeks beforehand, drop me an email, let me know the trips you're thinking about doing, or let me know the kind of person that you are in relation to trips, and I can advise the trips, because I've got so many, from adrenaline to sightseeing, so everyone is kind of looking for something different. So, we do shows, we do the MHT, we do lots of different things here. So anything that you're thinking about doing, I can tailor it to the type of person that you are and the kind of holiday that you've pictured in your mind. But contact me before. I can do a package. I can put together, I do large groups, I can do stag parties, hen parties, you name it, I can do it. That's it.
I have to say, before I did all these excursions with yourself, I did very little. Wasn't the kind of holiday I went on. I was just to go over, I'd walk around, eat, drink, sit at the bar, and that. But having these excursions and doing them really does make the holiday. And it's when I did the quad trip, the sunset quad trip, I know I keep mentioning that one. It was just magical, and it was a memory that, you know, lives with you forever.
Well, do you know what it is? You're not the only person that said that about that trip. There's, you know, it's hard to describe seeing the sun go down above the clouds on the top of a mountain and be out on a quad with the you know, the wind blowing either side, and just the whole experience. And I like the pizza too. The pizza was nice. They have a pizza on this one, and just in general, it's just you know, it's and that's what it's about, making memories. That's one of the, you know, as my slogan says, live the dream. And you know, you're obviously, anyone who's coming out here is working hard. They're taking a couple of weeks or a week off on holidays. You know, even if it's one excursion, it's worth doing something that brings you out of, say, Las Americas or Los Cristianos to see another part of the island. That's another thing. We did also start, I don't know if you see the vlog of the Orchid Gardens, where she showed the Orchid Gardens.
Yes, I did.
Something different. You know, I connected the guy, Kieran, if you remember, Kieran that does the stargazing, and the owners of the Orchid Garden together, and they've created a tour together that basically you leave the south, you go over the same route that we went on the 125s, more or less, over down into Garachico. You stop in Garachico for a look around, and you know how beautiful Garachico is, except for when you're looking for a place to sleep at, you know, 9 o'clock in the evening. Thanks, Mark.
We found one. We found
one. I wasn't looking forward to sleeping on hard rocks in Garachico. Yeah. And then you've got so then you go up to the Orchid Gardens for afternoon tea. In the beautiful Orchid Gardens, with a little tour around the Orchid Gardens. It's a stunning place. And then you have a walk around in Puerto de la Cruz, which is, you know, so you see a whole new different side of the island. And that is a tour that we're running at the moment. And if I remember off the top of my head, it's €75, and that includes the afternoon tea. It probably sounds a little bit expensive, but you are getting a lovely tea with cava. You're getting a guided tour, and you're getting to see many places in the north. There you go.
Superb. Right, guys, 417 people watching. Now, come on, hit that thumbs up. And if I see you in Tenerife, come over and tap me on the shoulder, and I'll definitely have a €1 pint with you. I've had a few people say to me, "Oh, I saw you." About 3 or 4 people, "I saw you, but I didn't come over to you." If you see me, come over to me. I'll have a pint with you. You know, I don't bite. I think Daniel bites, but only if you want
no. No, definitely go over to Lee. He's a very angry man. He'll start screaming at you. No, and that's, do you know what it is, Lee, actually, when you say that? The first time that, you know, when I first met you, and, you know, I didn't know a lot about your channel or anything like that. Someone had recommended for me to get in contact with you, said it'd be good for the business. And I got in contact with you, and you were really, you know, friendly and warm. You were very interested in doing the boat trip with me. You agreed to do the boat trip. And I thought, yeah, sweet. And I remember when we were filming the vlog, and we started the vlog, and then you were like, "And what do we say?" And you put it over to me, and I was like, "I don't actually know what you say." And you were like, "Let's do this." And I was like, "I don't know."
I said, "Let's go." I said,
let's go. Let's go. I know, let's do this. Let's do this. It's mine. Sorry, I've said it so many times. So let's go. And I was like standing there going, "What do I say?" I was thinking in my head. But do you know what it was? From the moment I met you, absolute gentleman. And what stood out for me was the first night I kind of went out with yourself and Andrew in, what was it? Is it Casey's? Casey's bar?
Casey's, yeah.
Yeah. And we'd met a few of your friends and subscribers that watched the channel, and they'd never met you before. And what stood out to me was how much, how warm you were to everyone. You know, you literally took the time with everyone to have a chat, and like literally everyone wants to talk to you because you're quite well known. And I was like, geez, he is well known, that fella. But what struck me was that exactly what you said. Don't be afraid to go over and say hello to him. He doesn't bite.
No, I'll have a few. Funnily enough, there was a guy, the guy who got me into Lambury. He says, "I watch you on on the YouTube, and I got me absolutely wasted. You can see that one. It's where I'm looking for a taxi at the end of the night, and I'm like, oh, where's the taxi? And I walked past them, completely off my face. Although, please drink responsibly.
Exactly. And someone just mentioned Kurt Cobain. Do you remember the ghost of Kurt Cobain?
Oh yeah, blimey! People are asking me whether I've met Rick and Shelley. I've met Rick. He interviewed me and Andrew actually for his podcast last year. Can't remember what month, but he interviewed me for his podcast. We're on that Tenerife podcast, which it was then. Yes, I have met Rick. Great guy. And I'll do a few collabs with him when I go over. We've got Darren. Are you still walking around the docks in the morning? I'll be filming more with Darren, by the way. If you haven't subscribed to Darren John, I'm trying to get him to 1,000 subscribers, and by the end of May. Otherwise, I've got to buy him 10 pints.
He's not far off 1,000, is he not?
He's not far off. I've managed to get him to 910, but struggling to get him up to that 1,000. And I don't want to have to buy him 10. He's going to buy me 10 pints if I get him up to 1,000.
Lee, here's a message, right?
The description. It's Darren John.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Come here. Everyone that's watching, not you. You can stay early. But if you want to come closer, everyone come here. No, if you're watching this, everyone, yeah, I need you to come closer to the screen, like as close as you possibly can to your phone, to your iPad. If you have an iPad, you should have Huawei or something like that. Other Androids are available. But if you've got any sort of whatever you're watching on, bring it closer to the screen. Okay, bring it closer. That's it, a little bit closer. Now, what you need to do, you need to jump over. Not right now, but when we're finished, over to Darren John's channel and subscribe. Or I have a very, very special set of tools. And I will find you. I promise. And I will tickle you to death. Do you hear that? Do you hear that now? So you better subscribe.
I'll put Darren John's link in the description down below, by the way, guys. If you're watching on Catch Up, he's a superb guy. Love him to bits. And I'll be Darren, if you're watching again, which you are, make sure you kick your lad out of that bedroom for next month when I'm back, because I'm coming over. I'm stopping with you.
Craig Andrews says, "Ooh, I nearly kissed you. You came so close to the screen."
Right, guys, I'm going to tie this up because I've got a video that I'm uploading with Darren John. Check that one out. It will be uploaded in the next hour, where I manage to take an airline. Right, I took a flight on an airline in the travel ban. Thank you, by the way, to Emirates Airlines. So thank you very much. So watch that one in a moment, in about half an hour, 45 minutes. That will be uploaded, and I will put Darren's link on that video as well, and I'll also put it on the end of this video if you're watching on Catch Up. Tenerife First Excursions, Daniel, Tenerife First Excursions.
Daniel John,
Daniel, thank you very much.
No problem
for taking the time.
Can I say one thing?
Yes.
Can I do some shameless promotion?
If
you haven't subscribed to my channel, please jump over to the MacMaster.
I'm going to put the MacMaster channel there as well. I'm also going to put Tenerife First Excursions link in there as well, and also Crypto Canarias as well. I should put that link in the descriptions down below if you're watching on Catch Up. Thank you, everybody. I know I've not read everyone's comments out there because I've been trying to get a bit of information in chat there for you. But I love all of you. I will read through your comments while I'm having a little a wee Jameson later on. I shall read through and make sure I read all your comments. So thank you very much. Thank you for watching. Please hit that thumbs up before you leave, and make sure you book your excursions with Tenerife First Excursions. This guy here. Thank you very much for watching. Stay safe, stay positive, and I'll see you guys in the next one, which is in about 40 minutes. See you guys. Bye-bye.